Oh my God, that is a cute baby.
Oh, thanks. Yeah, he's a cute guy. 4 months.
4 months? Wow. Yeah, man, he is cute. I could eat him up. I could.
Yeah, he sure does have some squishy cheeks, doesn't he?
The cheeks specifically, I could eat those cheeks. I could just...
Okay, yeah. No, that's great. Thanks.
I mean, seriously, I could just eat him with a spoon. Or maybe even a fork and a knife.
Whoa, dude. What?
Oh, that's right, dude. Your baby's so cute. I want to grub on your cub. I want to devour your descendant.
You're freaking me out a little bit, all right?
It's the cutest baby I've ever seen, and those cheeks are so squishy. I want to serve them up for breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
Saying you want to eat my baby is not a compliment. That's weird behavior.
It is a compliment for me to act like Jeffrey Dahmer to the cuteness of your baby. Do you not understand?
Seriously, stop saying all that. Stop.
Well, it was great to meet you. Okay, see you, little guy.
What?
Katie, are you gonna eat our child, or what do you think?
I don't know. I mean, do you think he's gonna be cute?
I guess that's the determining factor.
Yeah.
We're around a lot of babies now, and I've been hearing this. Eat the baby. I want to eat him, chew on him. Mm-hmm. I just don't. That's never crossed my mind to say.
Maybe you haven't found the right baby yet.
Yeah.
2023.
Yeah.
The year.
Dip a couple fingers in ranch dressing. See what that does for you.
Okay, deal. We're back. Correct opinions. Tell us whether or not you've eaten a baby, maybe in the 5-star review, in the comments, YouTube, subscribe, and enjoy today's episode. Let's do this. Correct opinions. Roll music.
Correct opinions. Correct opinions.
How are you gonna be healthier this year?
Well, I'll tell you, I want to start doing things on a daily basis. Do you have any ideas?
Eating.
I would like to eat on a daily basis.
Good.
There's one.
Healthy
eat daily basis.
Daily Harvest is my idea for you. Daily Harvest delivers delicious harvest bowls, soups, flatbreads, smoothies, lattes, and more built on organic fruits and vegetables right to your door. How about that? With nourishing and easy to prep options, you don't have to think twice about what to eat for your next meal, snack, or dessert. Everything stays fresh in the freezer until you can enjoy it. So it also helps to reduce the food waste. Katie, she's gotten us Daily Harvest before. The smoothies, delish.
Very good.
So you're telling me you don't think that Daily Harvest is a company that is committed to human and planetary health, do you?
Yeah, they support the farmers who invest in practices that increase biodiversity and improve the health of soil. So
okay.
If you knew well is a goal for you in 2023, let Daily Harvest support you on the journey. Go to dailyharvest.com/Trey, and you can get up to $40 off your first box. Dailyharvest.com/Trey for up to $40 off your first box. Dailyharvest.com/Trey. Come up with any more resolutions this year?
Yeah. Well, at first it was make money, and now it's save more money.
Save money. And let's face it, we're all spending money we don't want to spend, and sometimes we don't even know it. And Rocket Money, formerly known as Truebill, is a personal finance app that finds and cancels your unwanted subscriptions, monitors your spending, and helps lower your bills all in one place. Over 80% of people have subscriptions they forgot about, like that streaming service you bought just to watch one show on, or that free trial that ended up charging you, blah, 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 blah.
Didn't you say that you guys were both paying for Hulu?
Yeah,
Right.
we did do that.
And
we did do that.
Yeah, I think I was paying for Spotify Premium, but it comes with Hulu. You know, it's
stuff.
It's helpful.
It's very helpful. We've used it, and it's legit helped us. Over 3 million people have also used it, saving an average person up to $720 a year. So stop throwing your money away, cancel unwanted subscriptions, and manage your expenses the easy way. Go to rocketmoney.com/Trey. That's rocketmoney.com/Trey. rocketmoney.com/Trey. Back in the studio, back in the home studio. Had a great weekend in Florida. Katie, you were missed. She was just laid up with a big belly, and we were playing at the Ritz-Carlton.
Yeah, they were just in Florida, and then I
the shorts.
sun and Ritz-Carlton, and I was just here in the cold, laying on my couch, doing other things too, like locking myself out of the house.
Oh yeah, Katie, pregnancy brain. That's all. That's the excuse, but yeah,
that
was
was the
pretty
excuse.
funny. So I was teasing her. I was teasing you before I left. Like, you without me, your world just falls apart, and it kind of did.
No.
It kind of did. No. She had a pregnant moms will know. She had the first night you're like, he was moving weird in there, which I'm struggling to conceptualize because he moves,
Right.
but he moved weird. Mm-hmm. And I guess she's like pacing around the house at 2 a.m, like this might be my last night with him because he's moving weird.
No. I kind of went down a little bit of a rabbit hole, and he was gone.
You did the WebMD thing, huh? What'd you learn?
I haven't Googled this whole pregnancy, really. I'm just like, that's bad. But I don't know, you weren't there, and I was just, I go to Google. And I learned I don't know. I was like, started reading all this stuff about like seizures in the belly and like
Seizures?
yeah, seizures or like distress, and it went down. So,
You thought he was maybe having a seizure?
well, not really because it didn't feel like it, but
That would be crazy. I've never heard of that. Maybe he's
See?
epileptic. Did you
That's-
actually have your flashlight on or something?
That's why you don't Google. That's why you don't Google. So that wasn't great, and then I locked myself out of the house.
How'd you lock yourself out?
So it's really hard
It was
to
a cry
do.
for help.
Get to know the neighbors.
It's really hard to do because we have a keypad on our front door. But when Trey's gone, I, extra precaution, lock the handle as well, which is a separate lock than the keypad.
Oh,
And
you don't trust the keypad.
like, what if someone learns the code?
Well, I think we all know whenever you try to knock down a door, it's not the deadbolt that's the most secure. It's just the little twisty thing. That's the extra thing she puts on there.
Well, I'm like, it kept me out of the house.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Katie, she kept out all the bad guys and herself.
Yeah.
Backfired.
So I left through that door, and so I thought it like like the door handle ones. A lot of times they just like pop when you turn it to unlock. Well, it didn't. So when I came back, I was like, oh, the door handle's locked, and I don't even think we have a key to that. I don't know. So all the other doors were locked. I had no keys because I was just on a nice neighborhood
Yeah.
walk.
We're so safe, there's not even keys to our locks. No one can get in.
So I had to put a little SOS message out to our friend group because it was 3:00 on Friday. I'm like, are people at work? Are they, So I just said,
Are people at work? I don't know.
are there any?
3:00 on a Friday? Probably.
I mean, I don't know. Some people's jobs, 3:00 on Friday, they're not doing much.
No, I like that. Yeah, but luckily there was a window open, but it was a little high up, and 8-month pregnant girl shouldn't like climb a ladder and all that. So a guy
Yeah.
laddered up, crawled through, and you let us in. I don't know what we would have done if you hadn't been. It was a nice day out, thankfully.
Right. So I was just fine. I was just chilling. But
Well, good. So she had an eventful week. So did we. Orlando, y'all showed out. Had 5 great shows, really fun crowds, and yeah, had a blast, man. Jake
It was
killed
awesome. It was fun to be in a t-shirt outdoors. Haven't done that in a couple months, and I just loved the vibe of just being outside. Although it got cold pretty much as soon as we got there. This is a trend lately. We went to Corpus Christi, cold front. Orlando, cold front. I'm going to Tampa this weekend, cold front.
But I will say, I mean, it felt amazing, right? I will
Sure.
say, Jay, you're not a cold guy. There was a morning where we were out there, and yeah, it was chilly, like maybe mid-50s or something. So I'm just in a light, maybe quarters. I'm loving it, and I know you had like 3 or 4 layers on.
I was not cold that morning. I will tell you that. When you know you're going to be outside, it's so miserable if you're cold. And if you have enough clothes to like avoid that, I'm going to put them on.
Put
You
'em
can
on.
always take clothes off. But the worst feeling is being somewhere, you're outside, and you're like, dang it, I had an extra hoodie, and I just didn't put it on.
Yeah, I have more clothes back home.
Yeah, I just could have put it
should've
on.
put them on my body.
Whereas, like, if you have the ability to then take it off, you got a golf cart to put in. You don't have to hold it. Might as well bring more clothes.
Yeah, we golfed. It was beautiful. Great golf. Met a few of you. Had some wild crowds. I feel like that's Florida a little bit. Florida has that stereotype, and we had some Florida vibes at the shows.
Yeah, you kicked a woman out.
Oh, that was fun. Maybe we need to. We got
I
some
haven't
footage.
heard
Might
this
have to-
story.
You haven't?
no.
You didn't tell Katie about it.
I might post this. I'll probably post it at least on my story or something. But I had a woman. I've had this happen just a few times. The woman, she was just hammered. I'm just in the middle of talking about, I don't know, setting something up. She just goes, I have a question. And the whole crowd just goes, oh no. They're like, oh yeah, what? Let's hear it. Let's hear it. And you could hear the crowd kind of like, I'm like, no, let's play. This will be great. What? And she was like, of course, she's like not really speaking or understanding. And I'm kind of like, now, okay, what? Come on, man. You have a question or not? And she goes, well, it was a classic like wasted girl who gets an attitude because the whole crowd was like upset, and she's like, well, if like everyone's gonna get like annoyed about it, I won't. I was like, no, please. And she goes, they're telling me if I ask another question, they'll kick me out. And I go, then ask another question. And the whole place cheered, and I think she like tried to say something else, and they just walked her out.
Great.
But the waiter, our server told us that there was like a fight after the show, or
Yeah, we weren't out there, but I guess 2 different tables just started bickering about something and just threatened to fight each other. Florida.
Florida, man, there's something different down there.
Wow.
It's just too humid. People just get dehydrated and they're.
It
So
brings
not-
a
don't have-
lot of different types of people, really, too. I think that's why.
We were talking to our opener who obviously is from there and knows the area, and he made a funny comment that I'll probably remember for a long time. He was talking about the geography of Florida. He's like, it's funny, the more north you go, the more southern it gets.
Yeah,
I guess just like the closer you get up to the top of Florida, it gets real hillbilly pretty fast. Whereas like Miami is just Cuba, basically.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. That makes total sense. But
does.
so we're Orlando's getting up there. I had another fun moment. Do you have a fun moment ready? Did you
Like
from the shows?
To talk about or to show?
show.
Oh, yes. I think it's
do?
on your computer, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Which show was it?
It's clip 4841.
Oh, let's go. Okay. Yeah,
And
we'll
then
do yours.
It's go to the timestamp like 2623.
It's like Rain Man over here.
Yeah, I can remember numbers, not much else.
484.
Can't say my O's, but I know arithmetic.
If I remember correctly, it was the third show, about 20. 484. What'd you say the timestamp was?
Like 2623, something in there.
Are you setting up at all, or are you just going?
I'm just doing a little crowd work. I think I was talking to a couple and I said, what did I? Well, I guess find out. I think I said, like, how do you know? What is her name? I don't know what I said.
2623.
Yeah.
That's what you said?
Yeah, something there.
All right, sorry, who's this though? Mika, cool name, fun. And I've met a couple dogs with that name. That's cute. Yeah. Your parents' dog is named Mika. I rest my case, yes.
Wow.
Hold on. Which came first? The dog came first. So your parents have a dog named Mika. One day you meet a girl named Mika and you're like, who's a good girl? If she's anything like your parents' dog, does she like it when you give her a bone?
There it is. That's it.
All right, I'm done.
All right. That was great. That was great. I love the audience that come to my shows because they appreciate that, but there's some like, okay, Jake, that was a little. Dude, that's funny. We both had moments where we like called it. That's a funny when you're a comedian up there doing that.
It seems to happen more often than not. We should start predicting things more
You're
often.
not- yeah,
I'm like, that's
right?
a dog's name. She's like, it is. It's my, my father-in-law's dog. That's like, what?
Wow. Yeah, recession. It'll April this year. I'll just guess.
Start predicting stuff.
If it's right, we clip this and I have a new career.
Genius.
Okay, this was.
Anyone grow up homeschooled here? Yeah. Anyone? Oh, I see you right here, man. What's your name? Allison? And you were homeschooled for how long? All growing up? Or?
8th grade.
Till 8th grade into public school. Okay, how was that transition for you?
Pretty good. Yeah, I went to a small Christian school, so I.
Oh, okay, you went. Yeah, it was homeschooled a small Christian school. My mom also taught there, so it was. She did? That's just homeschool. You were just being remotely Christian school.
Called it, dude. Look at us. We're geniuses. I just got a kick out of that. I just thought my joke was kind of random. I was like,
It's kind of a strange thing to suggest. Like,
Yeah.
oh, does your mom also teach in this private Christian school? Yes.
that's hilarious. I did be homeschooled and like, we're going to send you to school now, but don't worry. She's coming with.
She's still going to be there.
Yeah. But we had a lot of great moments. Yeah. Hecklers, kicked them out. Good times.
Our opener was really great, really fun.
Yeah, he's
It's
a good
always
guy.
great when they can help
He was funny.
get the crowd going. He had to learn the crowd a little bit too, though. He would have quite a bit of
Yeah.
some inappropriate and some just really dark jokes. And we were like, hey, this is probably not the crowd.
We talk about the rectors will appreciate this because we have a certain community of people listening to this and from a Florida boy, you're like, we're like clean comedians, and to some people that means like, oh, okay, so I just won't do like my rape jokes. And you're like, well,
Even that,
I think I mean, cleaner than like a lot cleaner than that. Or let's be like,
not even dark humor.
Okay, so I just won't say the F word that much. You're like, I don't.
Is
think
that
you're
what clean
understanding.
means to you?
Yeah.
Yeah, because he would just talk about like, anyone else do cocaine in here? That kind of stuff. Maybe in a normal crowd, like you might have some some boys, and I was just like, I don't think anyone.
Just like a bunch of like suburban moms that are like,
Yeah.
no.
Excuse me. Can I speak to you after the show, sir? Or I like too, because it's like our crowd. It's a lot of basic white girls, right? But then families, and then they tend to maybe be a little more conservative. But I think he was just like, yeah, I did a "Let's Go Brandon" joke, and like I got a big applause from some people. I'm like, yeah, but this doesn't mean that the whole crowd was really. But he definitely figured it out, and he did a great job. But
Yeah, he was really, really fun to work with, and had some great jokes in there too.
What's his name?
Tony Wellington.
sounds right.
Wellington
would be cooler, but I think it was the first one. Wellens. That might be it.
I called him Tony a lot, so I didn't have to introduce him.
Right.
So
he didn't like me calling him Mr. Wellens, so I stopped.
Tony Wellens, there it is.
Let's go.
Funny guy.
We had a good time. He figured it out, and
Derek was there. We had some other special guests join us the last night. Tour manager Tom was
Derek
there.
was there.
I missed Tom.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Derek was there. Sorry.
Derek was there.
Did you go to the show Thursday?
I did not. No.
Oh, okay.
He was in
Trey was
Orlando
like,
though.
Derek was there.
Wait, who are you talking about?
Like Derek was at like in Orlando with us this weekend.
yeah.
Marcus came. Tour manager Tom was there.
Yeah, saw some friends. Tour manager Tom, Marcus is great. Tour manager Tom, it was great to see him.
Yeah.
He was off duty Tom. We'd only been around on duty Tom,
That's true.
on the clock Tom. So off the clock Tom was
he
a
pretty
good time.
fun?
Yeah, it was a good time.
Between this past weekend and touring with us, being our tour manager, he's worked with Leon Bridges, Post Malone, and Adam Sandler. Mm-hmm. And he's still hanging out with us.
That's
Wow.
right. So
I
you be the
wonder
judge. If nothing else, it's either a compliment to our talent or our personality. I'll take either.
I think it's also just time spent with us. It's like the law of attraction. Like you said, Adam Sandler and Post Malone, like they fly private everywhere. So he really hasn't hung out with them.
Those big acts probably hardly say a word to him. So that's what they start doing. They're like, no one talk to him. It's like Ellen, right? They're like, you're not allowed to look her in the eyes or we'll beat you.
Dude, I got on kind of a rabbit hole of Ellen on TikTok
What do you got for
recently.
us?
Basically, just like all these, because when she first kind of got, the cancellation or whatever, it was all just like reports and stories of like, she doesn't treat people well and behind closed doors, she does this. And now I'm starting to see all this like footage of like, she was treating people poorly in front of our face. Like, you've seen the Dakota Johnson clip? She was like really rude to her, like, oh yeah, you didn't invite me to your Christmas party. And Dakota Johnson is just like, no, I did. Last year you gave me a hard time about it, so I made sure to invite you this year. And Ellen's like, no, I never got it. And everyone just like laughs. And she's like, no, Ellen, I invited you because I didn't even know if you liked me. And I was like, of course I liked you. And, it's just like this awkward thing. And there's another clip where Ellen just like makes Mariah Carey say that she's pregnant. This is an old clip. I don't know if anyone's seen
That's
this.
a bad one for her.
It's a really bad one. She's like, so you have anything to tell? She's like, no. She's like, all right. Well, here's the champagne. Drink it. And everyone's just like, ha ha ha. And Mariah Carey's like visually like very uncomfortable. And then
Because she was actually pregnant.
she was
right?
pregnant,
was
didn't want to
early.
announce it. She ends up having to say she's pregnant on the Ellen show like 3 weeks
Oh, that's
later.
horrible.
Has to announce her miscarriage
Yeah.
that Ellen pulled out of her. And then the most recent one that's going viral is Taylor Swift did some interview and doesn't mention Ellen by name, but she's like, I'm 23 years old and these people just want to subject me to my entire identity is just about the men I've dated. And so people found the clip and like, she's got to be talking about Ellen. And so Ellen's like, we're going to play a fun game. We're going to do a slideshow. And I have this bell for you, Taylor. If we show a picture of a guy you've dated, ring this bell. And Taylor is like, I don't really want to do this. Like my private life, like especially who I date, is one of the only things that I still have that's not out there publicly. So I don't really want to do this. And I was like, oh, come on, live a little. Why don't we just do it? And Taylor's like, no, seriously, like I really I want to hold on to this. She's like kind of holding back tears. And Ellen's like, give me the bell. I'll do it. And they start doing the slideshow. She starts ringing the bell. And Taylor's like crying. She's like, stop.
And she was only 23.
Yeah. And it's like aired. Like, why didn't they edit this out? It looks so bad.
Yeah, I guess because you would think maybe the show was so big and they're like, Ellen's fun, so you just roll with it. You would think anytime I've done any kind of the few like podcast guesting or anything, they're like, what's off limits? Tell us, you tell us what are the things that, you know, I'm usually like, oh, it's maybe like when Katie and I were dating, I was like, I'm not messing with this until like I'm like official with some girls. So legally. So I'd be like, well, let's not talk about that, or like little things like that. Or I'm sure when we have children and stuff, I'm like, we can maybe mention that. I'm not trying to like deep dive into what they're doing or whatever it is. So maybe maybe it was that bad where she's like, don't talk about this. Like, let's set up
let's
a
talk
whole
about it
segment
then.
about it then.
I mean, she really might have it. But also, like, watching it, because we didn't know that she was, like, mean at all, really, people might have thought it was, like, set up. That, like, Taylor was in on it and doing this, like, fake cry. Like, I don't know.
Yeah, and that's the thing is the audience is going nuts. The audience is going bananas. They love it. They want their Shutterfly discount code. You know, they are just going bananas in the crowd. And so you wouldn't know that it's uncomfortable. It's only uncomfortable for the person in the seat.
Well, it's kind of that classic deal, right? When you it happened on my show where, speaking of tour manager Tom, you know, he was the one who like logistically made sure the tour was running and everything. And a lot of that was the logistics of the sound checks and all that. And so our keyboard just straight up doesn't work on the first show. So poor Alan, the keyboard's up there banging on it. He's trying. I'm kind of stalling, thinking they'll switch something on backstage. It just never works. He runs off. And then some girl's like, acapella. And I kind of make a joke like, what are you gonna like pitch perfect up here? No.
Yeah.
And then they start chanting. They're kind of like, come on. And I just have to straight like, I am literally not going to do it. So, but yeah, if you're uncomfortable and everyone just kind of like, but if we just really encourage them,
If we chant,
then they'll do it.
if we make it rhyme, maybe he'll do it. That was a big thing at summer camp. You can get anyone to do anything if you just chant it. It was
Yeah, if
just
it
like,
sounds good.
you know, belly flop, belly. The whole camp is doing it. You have to now. Those are the
have to.
rules. And then, yeah, I found myself doing a lot of things. It's like, well, I mean, I'm here to make the 12-year-olds happy, so let's jump in the pool with my clothes on, I guess.
It's like not even peer pressure, because in your case, they weren't your peers.
Not even my peers. Underage pressure. Yeah. Well, I'm glad you didn't succumb to it. You didn't do acapella. Because the show before that, your mic cut out in the middle of it, right?
Mm-hmm. 2 of the 4 shows I'd have told. 2 of the 5 shows, I had to do a full-on 5-minute stall while like technical difficulties were solved, which is nice, you know. It's a good rep of what do you do how do you still entertain an audience when you don't have microphone for 5 minutes?
Yeah.
It's interesting.
What did you do?
I said a couple things that they laughed at. I don't know. I yelled a couple things out, and then I did a couple nice stall techniques of you'll hear a lot of hosts do this. You know, you guys make sure you show some love for the staff. They're doing their best tonight. So I was like, they're gonna get it figured out, guys. I mean, and haven't they been great tonight? Come on, let's give it up.
Give another round of applause.
Let's see if we can clap for them for 30 seconds this time. I did some callback, like blaming it on some girl I was making fun of. I was like, did you make the mic stop working? All right,
seriously, wait staff. Give it up for the wait staff, you guys. Seriously, we didn't clap loud enough last time.
I was within like 30 seconds of being like, well, I'm going to go until they figured it out because I need a mic. But they did run it up, and we got it going.
Sorry, it
But
never
they're fun.
happened for me and Tony. Just you.
Just me. I was doing an act out and I accidentally unplugged the mic, and I was super impressed that I kind of, in the midst of wrapping up my act out, I discreetly got it like plugged back in. I was like, oh, no one even noticed. That was smooth. But something I did broke it because then it didn't work.
So it was your fault, actually.
So they brought me another mic that I plugged in, and that didn't work. But then they brought me a wireless one, which I always prefer, but I'm scared of at the clubs because half the stuff doesn't work.
Yeah, you know one thing we never talk about? Do your feet sometimes get tangled in the wire? Not like get tangled. I'm not
It's
like
a
falling over.
You gotta kind of get it flared out sometimes.
Gotta loosen it sometimes.
There's a time you're like performing. I got it wrapped up in the stand one time, so I'm kind of like low key, like kind of doing like origami down here, just trying to get it unwrapped. And I mean, I'm a big wireless guy, but you run the risk of. I only do those at the theaters where they really know what they're doing.
Yeah.
But yeah, I like to be free and easy, man. Should we start going maybe like just
gonna say,
like in
Brittany?
sync?
Would you feel really weird if like both hands were free?
Yeah, I think so.
Some comedians do that. They
Yeah.
really like that. They walk around kind of like a TED talk.
Yeah.
I'd go both
Two
hands
free
in
hands.
pockets.
Just
Just doing stand-up comedy, just hands by my
Hands in the
side.
pockets. They just get cold. I can't. I don't know. I think it's Yeah, I don't know. I've never even thought to try that. Do you think that's me? Take a little Britney Spears mic?
I mean,
and I can just really.
You like to act out a lot of things, so it would give you. I mean, you said free and easy. That would be very free.
I might get going too crazy. I might like land a plane nearby or something. If
You start doing like flips on the stage or something.
Were you at the Atlanta show? Did you come to that? Do you guys remember how cold that show was?
Yes.
Cold front. Another time where I went to town with cold front. They were not prepared. There was no heat
It's a
in the
very
Atlanta
old-
theater.
Very old building.
It was so cold. I remember before going on stage, I went ahead and took my mic and like started Mother Goosing it. Like I sat on it for like 5 minutes because I went to grab it. It was like a popsicle. And I remember performing that show where I was like holding it kind of with my sleeve and just switching off like a hand in a pocket. It was freezing performing that night. And I tried to make a comment about it. But, I think anyone in the top row was like, that feels great up here. They just had no idea what I was talking about.
No, it was because I sat out in the crowd that night. And I kept my big coat on the entire show.
Tabernacle, right?
Yeah.
No heat.
Okay. Well, I saw this over the weekend, and I really thought, this is a guy being a good husband. I don't know if I'm scared to show this because Katie might start to think I need to do better myself. But can we play Alec Baldwin? He's back online. Derek's going to cue up the brilliant TikTok here. Watch this, folks.
I would like as many of you as possible. I would like a really great surge of people to follow my wife on Instagram. Would you do that for me? Would you follow my wife on Instagram, please? I would like as many of you.
Whoa.
I mean,
Okay.
That was just a quick story. Just I don't know what prompted him to do that, but Katie, I'm sorry, I've never done that.
Come on. I mean, why don't you say that? I'd like.
I don't know.
I'd like a nice deep.
It sounds like someone,
You could just follow.
I don't want to
my
be
wife.
insincere to his past, but it sounds like someone has a gun to his head.
I was going to
Yeah.
say, and it's his wife.
Yeah.
She's holding the camera saying, do it.
Yeah.
Do it.
He like did,
us
he
Baldwins will pull the trigger. Come
no,
on.
He did something really dumb that day, that week, and he's like,
that day, yeah.
maybe she'll like this. Just go follow her.
Go follow.
She's just furious. She comes home, she's just avoided him for a whole day. He's like, check your Instagram.
Yeah.
I've gotten you 6,500 more followers.
Let me tell you, that would not resolve any fight we were having. Just to
really?
clarify, yeah.
Well, delete that draft that you made me film for you this morning. That was a waste of time.
Yeah. Dang it. Yeah, you don't have to edit that one, I guess.
Okay.
It's quite a spiel for just to have.
Just in case.
We shoot and edit a bunch of like makeup, making Katie mad types of videos,
They're
Hey,
by
guys.
category.
Yeah, by category. Threw cold water on her in the shower again, and she didn't like it.
Notice you guys, he said again.
She didn't
Speaking
like
of,
it.
It's
we were talking about
happened
earlier
before.
when you push someone and they kind of just start crying, and then you're like, oh man, we really should stop. Early on in a marriage, I was just like, I don't know. I mean, this is like what am I, a little boy? But I was like, this will be great. And I just filled up a cold cup of water. I was like, haha. She's like, no, seriously, don't. I kind of, and her reaction was just. And that was an effective strategy. I mean, I haven't even crossed my mind to do that again. I was like, that wasn't worth it to me. I had to sit there and apologize.
I mean, how did you foresee that playing out? Let me dump this ice cold water on my wife in the shower. She'll think that's so fun.
I mean, it seems like very temporary, and then you're like, the hot water's on.
To
you
be
again.
fair, I mean, yeah, I'm sure there was a number of things you were not in the mood.
I'm
Seriously,
sure.
don't do
I'm
this.
sure.
And that was the final straw for whatever was happening. So, I think I was shocked by that reaction. I thought I was thinking more like, seriously, what is wrong with you? Don't do that. But just to.
That would make me never want to do it again. I wouldn't even drink cold water.
Yeah. She's like, why are you microwaving your water? I'm like, it's just scarred me.
What if I spill it and
Yeah.
it gets on you?
What if we're having so much fun and I spit take and it gets on you? I can't even risk it. Or I lightly popped her with the towel once. I had like a little hand towel. I was like, this would be funny. She's like, seriously, stop. And I got her like pretty good. And she made it clear to never do that again. Yeah. You learn things in the first year of marriage. Like, Yeah, the first year of marriage, you said a lot to me a lot of times, like, I'm not your little sister.
I did say that. Yep. I had to clarify.
Stop, like, messing with me. I was like,
Yeah.
all right. Just get bored sometime.
Yeah, I know. So Jake, this is just some marital advice.
I'm sure it was cross the
that-
honeymoon. You probably have all these pranks ready. So I'm just trying to help
Learn from
because
Trey's mistakes.
every husband did the things I did.
The pranks are maybe not like the best sometimes.
So maybe, okay, less pranks, but I could still do my magic tricks, right?
Yeah,
That
I think
will.
Yeah.
Sounds like no fights about the magic tricks.
No.
Good. Have a lot for the honeymoon.
that'd be nice.
Peekaboo, one of them. Back to the Alec Baldwin thing real quick. From a video editor's perspective, it really bothers me that there were so many jump cuts in there, which means that he couldn't do this all in one take. He like kept screwing it up and he kept having to re-edit it.
Yeah, 15-second video. How long does it take to film a movie with him? He's like, I need a few more tries at this.
It was what? It was follow my wife on Instagram. Got it. Okay. Hey, could you guys follow my Instagram? Oh, shoot.
A great big surge.
Can we just watch it again?
Yeah,
just for fun?
I do.
I just want to hear
I
his
wanna
voice
hear it
again.
And I always just I can't
I would like
get
as
over that
many
he
of
has
you as
7
possible.
kids or whatever.
I would like a really great surge of people to follow my wife on Instagram. Would you do that for me? Would you follow my wife on Instagram?
Do you see all the cuts?
Please.
Why he's
would
like saying
like
2
to.
words
Oh,
and
yeah,
cutting
yeah.
it. But please, my wife on
Is
Instagram.
he trying to kind of like be like Donald Trump? He kind of is giving that vibe a little bit. A great surge of people. You
Great,
know,
yeah,
like,
great surge is kind of Trumpy.
I feel like it's
Wait, this is great. His recent post 2 days ago is a written piece of paper that says, "Many thanks to everyone who helped my wife get to 1 million followers."
oh.
Why did he handwrite it on a piece of paper and then take a picture of that piece of paper?
I mean, this is just the epitome of like, this is one of the most like premier like on-screen actors of our time. And with Instagram, he's like, all right,
How do I convey words? Okay, I'll get a marker and some scratch paper, and I'll take a picture of that.
I'm just curious. So she has 1 million followers. I guess that was, he really wanted her to get there.
Does she have any like I made it to 1 million like posts?
Thanks
or
for the
anything?
surge.
I'm going to look it up here. We'll see if I can find
That's a great clip.
Social Blade. They make you like pay for it now? They have like a baby together. Did y'all know this? You were just saying that. He has like a bunch of kids.
They have like 7 kids together.
Start of the year, baby. I always try to have good intentions, right? All right, you kind of have a nice reset, maybe get a little healthier, do
Good,
this.
good,
It's
good.
always, and then it falls apart within a week with me. But Daily Harvest is seriously, I've had this before. I'm pumped they're
Very
a
good,
sponsor,
yes.
and they're making it easier to eat healthier. Daily Harvest delivers delicious harvest bowls, soups, flatbreads, snacks, smoothies, lattes, and more built on organic fruits and vegetables. They work directly with farmers to source the best ingredients. And yeah, what's your favorite, Katie? You've had some of their stuff.
Yeah, I've had
At
the
our house?
smoothies. Very good.
What are those like?
They're just
What's a smoothie?
What's a smoothie again?
That's a fun word.
No, it was
Fruits
cool,
and-
right? It was like prepackaged.
yes,
and-
prepackaged fruits and vegetables, maybe some like chia seeds, something like that you just throw into a blender and it's a smoothie. You don't have to like get all the ingredients out. It's great.
Ooh,
That's nice.
We're gonna be healthy this year. Daily Harvest is committed to human and planetary health, which means they do their absolute best to ensure transparency and integrity when it comes to their ingredients and the humans who grow them. Daily Harvest, they do all the work. You guys, you eat and enjoy. It's a win-win. So if eating well is a goal for 2023, let Daily Harvest support you on the journey. Go to dailyharvest.com/Trey to get up to $40 off your first box.
Whoa.
That's dailyharvest.com/Trey for up to $40 off your first box. Dailyharvest.com/Trey. Oh, I'm a forgetful guy. I don't know about you, Jake.
Uh-oh.
Oh, yeah. I've forgotten a lot. I forget sometimes to brush my teeth,
Uh-oh.
which is a side. That's something else for another time. But I also forget to cancel my subscriptions. And I like to sign up for a lot because I'm, a man of many interests. And Rocket Money, formerly known as Truebill, is a personal finance app that helps you find and cancel your unwanted subscriptions. It also monitors your spending and helps you lower your bills all in one place.
They are really nice. I talked about them last week that I just started using them, and I really do. I got a notification 2 days ago from Rocket Money, like, alert, we found a new subscription. So it's like, ooh, they found something. I'm going to save money. And I forgot that I just signed up for HBO.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh,
Let's go.
Oh, they're on it.
It really
They're
helps.
on it.
Yeah, we ran it on one of our credit cards, and we found Katie had subscribed to over 13 different various girl type websites.
Girl type.
Girl
Yeah.
type.
Oh.
So
That
we
is
had to work
ambiguous.
Webcam.
Yeah, you know what I mean. I didn't know the word, but no, seriously,
clarify
over
that.
3 million people have used Rocket Money, saving the average person up to $720 a year. It's that easy. It's helped us save money, and over 80% of people have subscriptions they forgot about. So come on, stop throwing your money away. Cancel unwanted subscriptions and manage your expenses the easy way by going to rocketmoney.com/Trey. That's rocketmoney.com/Trey. Rocketmoney.com/Trey. If we just keep rolling, I want y'all to hear this. I saw this video and I thought you'd appreciate it, especially Katie. Katie she was a huge pageant girl herself.
Yes, I did do 2 pageants.
What is this,
You want me to
Miss?
skip ahead or no?
No, this is great. Just
Miss
listen
World?
to this. I don't know what it is, but
I don't know what it is.
I think it's the Miss
either.
World competition.
Oh, Miss World.
Katie, do they teach you to scream like that?
I mean,
Oh, that's a yes.
you need to project your voice.
Oh, that was pretty good, actually.
Oh.
France!
Show us the France one again.
Katie, okay, yeah.
See, at a lot of the other pageants, you don't just say your like location. You would say like
Give us so you're in a pageant. Katie's in a pageant.
Boom, boom, boom,
And do your take. What'd you train with?
oh shoot, how do
We
they
hear
say it?
high
They're like-
energy, project.
yeah, I'm just like bouncing across the stage.
Come on, and announce
Miss Georgia, Katie Byram.
That was it?
Wow.
That's, I mean,
That feels good.
No wonder you didn't win.
yeah, I mean, probably that's
You
why.
didn't scream.
But I think there is like a way. Yeah, I think that's how a lot of times they say it. They'll be like, Miss So and So, Katie Byram. You know, it's like a little pause and then.
Yeah.
I remember
I like that.
what's that Bachelor girl? She was going viral. She was like, whatever my name is, Bella!
Yeah.
Chile! They sound like they're like getting flogged as they
I
announce
mean,
where they're
I
from.
get it. You know, I always say like one of my biggest fears is that I'm not going to be loud enough. Like if I'm in danger, I can't scream loud enough because like there's.
But so thank God you did the pageants.
No, I'm saying like.
Thank God her
like,
microphone didn't.
My pitch, like it's hard to even get that loud, and that's probably the case with all these women. And so they get up there and they're like, ah.
Czech Republic!
Yeah.
Help me! I'm from Trinidad, Tobago. We have no water.
I mean that France, she walked off that stage probably crying. France!
Egypt got
Hey!
Egypt got no applause. Did you guys notice that?
People don't like Egypt.
No.
Oh, I don't know.
They don't.
Nope.
They don't like that girl, I guess.
Maybe just
Yeah.
the girl, yeah.
She's got a bad rap over there. You know what, Katie? She did great in the pageants.
I did too. It was fun.
Have we talked about this? What was your talent? Working at McDonald's?
Well, I did the one that doesn't require a talent.
Smart.
I don't know. I don't.
That doesn't. I do one that doesn't require talent.
I don't have any stage talents, so.
So what is it simply just like?
What are you gonna say? What are you gonna say?
It's just like it's like who yells the loudest and is the
you do
skinniest.
Looks.
It's like
do
it's like those like hog calling competitions, but the opposite. Like, who's the loudest and the fattest?
No, you do an interview. You do an interview with like a panel
On
of
stage?
judges.
Oh, so it's
You
like
do-
strictly intellectual. They probably don't even look at what the women look
Oh,
Yeah.
Oh,
like. It's
Yeah,
a mental
right.
pageant.
You wear bathing suits because
It helps you think. It helps you think for the interview.
it's like more of a
Right. It just
Free the body, free the mind.
Exactly.
Free the
Exactly.
mind.
Yeah. It has nothing to do with like your appearance or anything.
Exactly. I always get naked for trivia. I think we can all agree.
I've written a lot of books from the beach, actually. I can't. You get me in the home in wintertime, can't think.
No kidding.
You're at the beach, yeah.
And you
I
like,
I
twirl
skinny dipped
around.
once in high school, and I created a new math theory. I was like, "What's happening right now?"
Oh, yep.
That's okay, but that's the one where on stage they ask you like a few
If
questions.
you get to like the top 5, they ask you a question on stage.
one, they're like, "All right, we've whittled it down to the 5 hottest. Let's see who can just like understand a sentence."
Yeah.
That's great.
You also do an interview like not on stage with all the judges.
Okay.
Oh.
Okay.
I'm crying. I'm pageant girl. Get the crown, just cry, you know.
That's funny.
I'm
Are
just
they
kidding.
still doing the pageant strong?
My wife judged a pageant, the Miss Calamity Jane pageant.
Calamity Jane.
what?
What does that mean?
I'm Googling that word right now.
My wife was a judge at the Miss Calamity Jane pageant in northern Missouri.
Is that like who could hunt the hottest? What was that?
Biggest raccoon.
Yeah.
What is is that a location or
It looks
She-
like it's
she-
an old woman. She's an American scout.
Yeah, you guys don't know who Calamity
She's
Jane
a
is?
frontierswoman,
Yeah.
sharpshooter.
Oh my god. Yes. It's like who can hit the most bullseyes in a bikini?
Dude, this is great. In Wikipedia.
again because it makes you better at things if
Yeah,
you
you
have less
focus.
clothes on.
So what was your wife's kind of rubric of sorts?
So it was a pageant that was ran in a small town, and they called it that because Calamity Jane was born there or something like that. So that's why it's called
Yeah.
that. I don't think there's
Princeton,
two.
Missouri.
Yes. Yeah. There wasn't.
Oh, so it was kind of your normal pageant, but
Yeah, there wasn't any like frontier talent shown.
Leather making.
yeah, who could field dress a deer the fastest? Or,
This is great. On Wikipedia, under children, it says 2 or 4. It's funny that 3 was not an option.
Yeah.
So I was running around with those even-numbered kiddos. How many were there? I don't know.
yeah,
That's
if
so funny.
You just turned 3, you got to play up a division.
Why is Calamity Jane so famous? Calamity Jane was one of the rowdiest and adventurous women in the Old West.
She was just in the
just
saloon.
rowdy.
She was crazy in those.
She was a frontiers.
She created pageants actually.
She might have.
Yeah.
You know.
They didn't used to be so rowdy.
Yeah.
She was a frontierswoman and professional scout, like a
Wow.
Major League Baseball scout, who was known for her being a friend to Wild Bill Hickok and appearing in Buffalo Bill Cody's Wild West show. I didn't know she was Wild Bill Hickok's friend.
Yeah.
I always wondered.
Oh, I looked
Who
up to
befriended
him growing up. Man, I missed that time. How long ago was this? Was she?
She was born in 1850, died in 1903.
Yeah, died a little young. She lived too fast and hard.
Too rowdy.
Scout. So a scout is in like tracking. Like, what is a scout in like the real? You go out in the wilderness and
I think you have a radar gun and a clipboard.
Yeah,
and
like
you try
that.
to see the fastest animals.
yeah. Whoa, that deer was fast.
You're a scout. Yeah, I don't know what a professional scout does. Maybe that's something I should know.
That's great. I'd like
1800s
this, Katie. You
professional
you competed. That's what they call it in Georgia. For Miss Georgia,
Yeah.
and you almost got it right.
Yeah. For the
What would have happened if you won? What does that mean? You just like get tickets to the
I would then compete
Falcons
at
games.
it was for the USA pageant system. So then I would go compete at Miss USA.
Ooh.
Oh, but so if you don't win Miss USA, you're Miss Georgia. Does that come with some responsibilities? If you're a Miss something state,
Yeah.
what
I mean,
you like go to random kindergarten classes?
yeah.
Yeah.
And it didn't like the Miss America pageant system, which my friend was Miss Georgia for that. That requires a talent. There's a little bit more involved
Gotcha.
than the one I did.
You did the Trump one.
He did not own it when I did it.
I know that's fine. I didn't. It's not really a. But that's the one he.
He originally, did own.
You get a scholarship to Alabama if you become a Miss State, right? Don't they offer?
Oh, I don't
Oh,
know.
I don't. You said that. You said a lot of.
For Miss Miss
specifically
America,
Alabama.
for like the Miss America system, you get a bunch of scholarship
Okay.
money. Yeah, which is awesome.
Yeah, that's great. Yeah, I do remember. There, Miss Oklahoma was Miss USA growing up, or Miss America, whatever they are. I remember. I remember that was quite the talk of the town. We're like, yeah, look at us. One of our cowgirls.
One of our scouts
cowgirls.
was the
I'm sure
hottest.
she was a cowgirl. Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Never met her.
I took Miss Washington on a date one time, and we ran into Jordan Sparks.
State, not the district.
State, not the district. That is correct.
Washington State.
Miss
and
Washington State.
Ran into Jordan Sparks.
And now she makes smoothie bowls on TikTok. I'm not sure the scholarship she got.
Yeah, I don't know if she franchised smoothie bowls. Wait, what? I think. Let me see that Miss Oklahoma. There might have been a couple.
This is a funny
I got
story
nothing.
that's
I don't
like
know.
kind of related, but not. It's a similar. Girls walking in bathing suits or whatever on stage. The Victoria's Secret fashion show. You know,
Are they still doing that?
I don't think they do that anymore.
Dang it.
But I'm sure you guys were avid watchers. But
I like to bet on it.
my mom came home one time and my little brother had it on the TV turned on and was watching it.
Just unashamed.
That was the day he became a scout.
And I mean, I appreciate like a smart, funny parenting, and I feel like my parents are good at this. My mom, instead of just being like, turn that off, was like, oh wow, are you watching it? Aren't those girls like just like your sister?
Oh, that's great.
He just like turned it off immediately.
That's great.
And now he's dating a huge black girl because he could never do it ever again. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a
think that
funny
was-
parenting move.
Yeah.
Yeah, just like, oh, do they remind you of your sister when we go to Destin?
Yeah.
Does that remind you of your sister in the pool? Yeah. Oh, that would turn you asexual pretty quick.
Yeah, it would. No kidding.
So that's pretty hilarious.
Not attracted to anything anymore.
More parents should do that, honestly, because too many people out here marrying their sister. You know what I mean?
What?
You ever see a couple, and you're like, if you go back, don't do 23andMe, dude, because you're related to each
Oh,
other.
because they look so similar.
Oh man.
Yeah. Yeah.
Maybe someone should have, been like, hey, I'll never forget. Did I discuss this on the podcast? When I said my cousin tried to set me up with this girl, I was like, that could be my sister's twin.
Truly,
And
it could have been.
I mean, I was just like, I just feel like if I bring this girl home, people will be like, what's he doing?
Does he have an issue?
Yeah.
Like, was he always attracted to Casey and he just found a lookalike eventually? Yeah,
she looked, I mean, she
Weird.
was her doppelganger.
Weird.
They looked
Really?
so similar.
Yeah, I was like,
I
why are you
can't-
suggesting this person to me?
I got set up with the girl with the same last name as me. That was weird.
Like,
She was runner-up Felicity Jane.
She was adopted from
Calamity
Russia.
Jane. I know.
Serendipity Jane.
Just any word, any three-syllable word. Genealogy Jane. Same last name.
Yeah, she was adopted from Russia though, so that wasn't her real name, but it was only a one and done.
Yeah.
That's
because
what
Did
I
you
told
meet
you.
her at a family reunion? Or?
you're like, she's adopted, so technically.
They're like, Derek, it's time for you to take your cousin on a date. She's Russian, okay?
He's Russian. It's fine. There was a girl that I was like briefly talking to, who was someone interested in, and then I saw an old picture of my mom and was like, those kind of look similar. And even though I don't think they were that similar, it was still enough for me. Like I couldn't get it out of my head, and so I was just like, no, thank you. Like, sorry, it's nothing against you. You look too much like my mom.
Okay, but that also happens pretty frequently too. Like not only the sister, like the mom. There was someone in college I knew, and I saw him. I knew what his mom looked like, and then me and my friend ran into him and his new girlfriend, and me and my friend just instantly looked at each other like, oh, like,
That's his mom.
That's his mom.
I've had a few comments on photos of us, people saying, what are you guys, brother and sister?
I know. I don't feel like we look alike.
I mean, at some point, it's just like two white people.
I think people say that like if you have good teeth, they're like, oh, you guys siblings.
Right, I mean-
I think they're straight teeth.
we're just both like the same height and have white teeth.
yeah.
I don't know. I mean, I don't think we look that much alike.
I'll do side by side inserts.
Yeah, we can do a nice side by side. and
Yeah, thanks.
See.
You and Rachel, have y'all gotten that? Y'all don't
No,
look
not really.
enough alike.
I would say we have similar enough traits to where our kid will probably look a lot like either one of us. Just, light hair, blue eyes,
I
fair
bet
skin.
your kid will look like y'all.
Yeah, isn't that interesting? Our kid is going to have our traits. Yeah. You guys ever thought about that? Like,
I know what you mean. Your kid
Right.
will look like
we both have a lot
you.
of recessive genes, where it's not like a brunette and like a blonde got together.
Could she say or ours?
I think she could. So we'll know whose kid it is if that starts happening. If he gets excited for Woot Off, then we'll know.
Katie had to do speech too.
No, I didn't.
Oh, you didn't? I just, the pageant thing.
No, I didn't.
Just kidding.
Did any of you guys have a learning disability, though? Anyone?
I had to do speech therapy too.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I
Nice.
couldn't say my hours. And handwriting therapy, actually.
Oh,
Man, I was a
interesting.
struggling kid.
What's handwriting therapy?
I used to hold my pencil like a
like
ape.
a shit.
Like an ape. It was around his feet, actually.
I just go through those pencils. Like, I need to sharpen it again.
I mean, low-key, my brothers, I feel like they don't hold it like that, but it's a weird.
Close.
It's a
Primate
yeah.
adjacent.
Yeah.
I didn't have any learning stuff. I just had I was akin to like a kid who had been like kept in a basement for years.
Like a feral
Like,
child.
yeah, a little bit. Like an adult would approach. I'd be like, so.
Well, no, you also. This is.
I still have that in me a little bit.
Yeah.
We'll be like Home Depot. I'm like, Katie, you talk to the world.
He really will.
I just don't.
I remember when that fan came up to you and asked for a picture, you said, like your avatar.
Yeah. One time we were out and about, and I just hid behind Jake and grabbed his pant leg, and Jake that really weirded him out.
No, we were talking to your parents last night about how your door had to be taken off twice.
Yeah, I didn't remember that.
Too much Victoria's Secret in your room by yourself, or what?
The worst part, he doesn't remember, which is disturbing.
Well, I
think.
didn't want to like. I don't know. I didn't want to go down. I was just taking my teasing from y'all. I don't want to go down the whole rabbit hole. I'll do it here on the podcast.
All right, let's
listen
go.
to
Set
this.
it straight.
But they tease me because I don't remember some things, but I think I was punished so much that I don't remember all
It's
of
a
them.
blur.
I specifically remember quite a few of them, but you have to understand, taking my door off twice is 2 punishments. I experienced thousands. So I don't, it's not that embarrassing that I don't remember that.
All right.
Why? Hold on. Why was the door taken
Yeah.
off? Why was that a
They
punishment?
said because I slammed it.
Oh.
I kept slamming it. I do recall many times, the final like get up to your room or like, hey, we'll do this. And the class, some of you kids, y'all remember this. You get in your room and slam it, and while you're behind the door, you're picturing you're down on the side. He can't see or hear what you're doing. You're doing all that quietly. It's great. Feels good back there.
Wow.
No door. Now you got to go in the
Slam.
closet or something to do that.
Yeah, no door. I don't remember that. It must have been short lived.
That's too bad.
So there. I remember. If you came to the shows, one of the bits in the show is derived from this, where we got in an argument with my dad when I was weed. I think I've said this on the podcast. I kept messing up the weed eater, and then I had he wasn't furious about that, but then when we got into a conversation, I started having an attitude and disrespectful, and he that sent him over the edge, and he said, we lived on like an acre, and he's like, you're gonna forget the mower, you're gonna figure out this weed eater, and guess what? How you're gonna figure it out? You're gonna weed eat the entire yard, no mower, and ran off. And
That's awesome.
And I stood there kind of like, and then he walked back out, and he's like, all right, I talked to your mom, and you don't have to do that.
I mean, your arms would fall off. You weed eat for like 15 minutes, and then you get done, and everything just like vibrates. It's just like, this cannot be healthy.
Taken me like 9 hours. I don't even know. So I remember some of them.
That's too bad.
Did you get your mouth washed out with soap?
No, that wasn't. They never used that one. Did that happen to you?
I got it once.
Once.
Yeah. It's like,
They never did that
What'd
one.
you
for
say?
I didn't say a swear word or anything like that. I think I was just talking back.
They made him eat it. They'll even eat it. Actually, they never did that. Did that happen to y'all? That was a classic.
Not to me, but I think my brother, at least one of them, got their mouth
I
washed
feel like
out with soap.
I feel like one of your brothers might have just eaten it recreationally.
They had to stop him from eating the soap.
Yeah, stop. He's just running around cussing up a storm, wanting more of that Dove.
Like, we'll take the cussing. Just stop eating the soap.
I didn't have a potty mouth. They really prioritized that, so I didn't have the soap deal. I just spankings.
Just spankings.
Spankings.
Yeah, I did say butt for a long time. I was big on bottom.
Yeah.
Bumper, seat.
You would say bumper?
I think so.
Yeah.
Briefly.
Trey's been making fun of me recently because I refer to my pregnant stomach as a belly.
Oh, yeah, I like that.
And he's like, who says belly?
I feel like a lot of ladies are calling it belly, do they?
I say belly all the time. Is that weird?
Oh,
Right,
see
I don't know.
My stomach or my...
This feels like a belly, you know?
Yeah,
You've earned it.
I'm wrong. Yeah, we'll call it belly.
I will say you don't hear girls use the term belly, but I say it quite a bit.
When I'm not pregnant, I don't ever use that term for myself.
Like, yeah, I got these high-waisted Lulus. They hide my belly.
Yeah. Because I think it's referring to a little bit of a rounder area.
Okay, understood. Yeah, we couldn't shut up was a cuss word.
Yeah.
Be quiet. Mm-hmm. What were the other ones?
Hush.
Yeah, fart. I couldn't say.
I couldn't say
It was a little
stupid.
harsh. Couldn't say. What was it? I couldn't say. Of course, it was gosh, not God.
Yeah.
Had that sh on there, and then I think it was like you couldn't say. It wasn't darn it. It was dang it.
That's where they drew the line?
Yeah.
At the G?
Something weird like that. There's a lot of rules. Never. Yeah was the worst word in our house.
Oh, yeah.
A
My
little
dad didn't
respect.
like,
Yeah. You say yes, sir.
Yeah, I can't understand you. Or nuh-uh. What do you say? It's yes or no? Mm-hmm. I didn't have to say sir, but I couldn't say like,
Sure. Absolutely not.
Yeah.
Cuss word in our house. Sure. Definitive. Yes or no.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, did you guys say sir and ma'am? You didn't?
I didn't have to. I say it a lot
Not
more
to
now.
my parents, but
Really?
it wasn't that strict. Definitely not to our. They didn't have us say to them, but I think to other adults, I think that was encouraged.
Did
Yeah.
your parents make you call other adults by like, oh, that's Mr. Derek or that's Miss Katie?
Yes.
You had to do that?
Yes.
I think it might be a Southern thing. Brad and Catherine do that, so their kids always call me Mr. Jake, and I'm into it.
Yeah.
I like
Really?
it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I like being called Mr. Jake. I'd like to see it more of it from around you guys, honestly.
Even here.
I like being called Mr. Jake.
Mr. Jake. No, we didn't. We did the last names.
I had to do brother and sister a lot.
Oh,
Growing up in a certain denomination.
Oh yeah.
Brother Johnson.
Out
sister.
west, Brother Johnson.
yeah.
I
Western
don't know about that.
Asia, Hindu.
Yeah,
course.
you guys have never seen Derek, but let's give more clues. Devout Hindu.
Another clue.
I feel like that was a good
Afghani.
indicator of like how close you were. Like if it was someone you didn't really know, you'd use their
Yeah,
last
let me be
name.
clear. I never called an adult by their name in any way because I was scared of them.
Good to
Hi.
know. Yeah.
I didn't, but I really liked. What do you guys? Do you think you'll do this? I really liked the cool dads who'd be like to us 8-year-olds. Who'd be like, "Hey man, it's Jeff. Cut all that out, man. It's Jeff."
Cut all that
And I
out.
just remember like, that's so cool. I remember my dad explained to me. I was like, Dad, you start going by Tad. It's just it'd be cooler with the buddy. I remember him explaining like, well, you guys are children. I'm an adult, so it helps. There's be some respect here.
Separation. I think I was so scared to talk to adult men that even if I did want their attention, I was not calling them by name. It would just be like, wait till they kind of look my direction and say, hey, do you have an extra baseball glove? I was not calling them by name.
Do you know? So you're not sure yet. I can't decide if I'm going to be trying to picture like a 7-year-old just being like, "What's up, Trey?" I guess maybe it is start to feel weird.
Yeah.
Well, I don't think that. We were probably like 12 when I had a few dads start to be like, "Hey, man, Steve."
I mean, I feel like it's hard. I am 30 years old, and I have to really refrain from calling my parents' friends like Miss Julie.
I was going to bring that
Oh,
up.
really?
That's weird.
It's
You've got to
really-
change that. Do you know
hard.
does Brad still do that, or like any Southern friends who like
I've
they'll-
not
they're-
encountered that.
They're 30 and they'll see their their childhood friends, parents they grew up with, like, "Hey, Miss Amy." I'm like, "You're pregnant. Just call her Amy."
It's just. I mean, that's what I've called her for 25 years. It's hard to like. I
Will you
don't
get
know.
mad? Okay,
We'll see.
Katie Byram.
That's true. That's true. I did.
You kind of
It
made
is-
everyone change that real quick.
Yeah, it is true. Yeah.
I don't know what kind of dad I'm going to be. I don't think I'm going to be super cool, call me Jake dad. I think I'm going to be cool, but I'm going to be mysterious.
Oh, tell me more.
I don't know. I'm coming up with it on the spot.
Yes.
I don't say much. But
Like,
when
let me
I
give you scenarios.
But when I do, it's like a pretty big drop of knowledge.
Let me give you scenarios. Your young child is hanging out with his buddies, and you walk out, and Victoria's Secret's on, and they're not being too discreet, but there's a little something going on, and it's an opportunity. What does mysterious cool Jake dad do?
I walk in and I turn it off. I don't say a word. I look at them all. Look at each one of them individually. I kind of nod, and I turn it back on and leave the room.
Oh, wow.
That is cool and mysterious. So like,
So is it okay or not?
I honestly think that would work. I think like turn it back off. Turn it.
He's right. Like I didn't say a word, and they know what I wanted, and they were like, "He's right.
Wow.
We should." Be
Yeah, it's
watching
just
it."
expressionless. You just kind of look, you just nod, you just kind of go.
Turn it back on.
Yeah, that's cool. I like that.
Yeah, cool, mysterious.
I like that. Maybe your buddy. They're having a little co-ed swim party.
What
for someone's
age?
birthday? They're 12.
Okay.
And because you have a pool, because you've done so well over the next 15 years.
Thank you.
And you walk out. They're playing truth or dare in the hot tub.
I have a hot tub too. All right.
Yeah,
I'm doing
you do.
just fine.
Big enough to fit 11, 12-year-olds.
Okay, big hot tub. And they're playing truth or dare. And is my son or daughter look like they're pretty involved?
So it's your son. He's the 12th. He's has floaties on in the pool, and the other 11 are in there. So how do you?
I look at that would be inappropriate. Hold on, 'cause they are younger. I say I rip the floaties off my son. Real disappointed looking. I get out of the pool, waiting to see if he follows me. He stays in there. He's looking up at me. I put the floaties back on myself. And then I yell cannonball, and I jump in the pool. And then all the other kids join. They stop playing truth or dare because they want to have fun with the cool dad and his son. Some kids still end up making out when I wasn't paying attention. But for the most part,
12.
they learn the clean fun that they can have.
Yeah, you're not gonna be able to stop it all. Yeah, that's nice.
I see. Well, Trey, what would you do? I'd love to.
In that situation, I'd just probably walk up and make fun of Jake's son. Is that what? Is that what?
What if it's our son is playing? Jake's son has the floaties on still, but our son is actually he's the ringleader of the truth.
The ringleader.
He's like, no, Jessica already kissed Tony.
Yeah.
You can't do it again. He's like
honestly
coordinating rules.
I'd walk up.
He's
I'd
like,
walk right
it's
up.
dare or dare here.
I'd walk up. I'd see, the pool. I picture the pool is closer than the hot. I got to walk past that pool to the hot tub. So I go, hey, Jake Jr. Yeah.
Yeah, your dad's doing pretty well. Hot tub and pool.
Yeah.
I know.
Your dad's place. You should be proud. Also, no one's drowning today, huh? And then I'll look up to the hot tub and I'll say, young man, come here right now. Pull him aside and I go, and I'm going to say, you got to show me how to get to this confidence. Because to orchestrate something like this at this age.
And I'm sure you're very
You're
proud
going
of him.
somewhere.
He's only wearing swim trunks, so he's thinking pretty solidly at that point.
Right.
And everyone else is too.
Everyone, it's like bringing out the best in them.
It's the battle of the minds in that hot tub right there. You're like, hey, it's it, truth or dare. Let's get some algebra out. Yeah. Let's see who the geniuses are.
Mm-hmm. This is good.
Wow, can't wait. I feel like it's gonna go really well.
That's honestly a scary thought. Yeah. Man. It still doesn't seem real. I'll see my niece, my sister will post, and I'm just like, this will be like a woman one day. Right now, it still seems like you're kind of this make-believe like creature.
Always going to be a little
like, look at
baby.
It like kind of looks around and smiles. It's like an animatronic or something. But it's gonna be.
It's gonna vote someday.
Yeah, pay taxes.
She's gonna.
Well, the country could go backwards. We don't know.
It's gonna do something.
She's gonna look just like your sister. I mean, she looks identical to your sister.
Yeah, they do look like their parents. We did touch on that earlier.
I mean, not just looks like her. She looks identical to her.
Yeah, weird, right?
That's the craziest part. They inherit the genetics.
Yeah, I wonder what color skin our baby will have.
I can throw a couple.
You don't really know,
your
do
way.
you?
Oh, I'm on the road a lot.
Yeah.
Get me out of here,
Judge Jake.
Jake. Will Trey be the biological father?
After the kid comes out, we just show him, be like, "What do you guys think?"
Looks like Trey's.
Okay, let's go. We've been going. I want to go to segments. Little correct unpopular opinions. We're bringing it back. Correct unpopular opinions. Jake, you had a great topic for us. Why don't you dive in? What's your correct unpopular opinion?
Hold on, what was it? Is this the? Oh, yeah. Okay. There's all this. I don't like to say the R word, but there's a whole lot of rigmarole around Cinnamon Toast Crunch. I don't get it.
You don't get Cinnamon Toast Crunch?
It's not even like good cinnamon. It's like a fake weird cinnamon.
It's like the Tom Hanks of cereal.
It's
it's no one dislikes it. It's in everyone's house. Everyone's seen it. Everyone's tried it.
I will say the milk after Tom Hanks is not bad, but are you still following? But the actual tasting, I don't know. I just think there's so many.
Dry or wet? Both dry and wet? You just like?
Correct.
No
Yes.
cereal is more compelling dry, and then it even takes on a whole new persona in milk.
You're saying Cinnamon Toast Crunch is still great dry? Oh, there's so many cereals that are better dry than Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
Name one.
Golden Grahams.
Golden Grahams?
Similar shape.
What is that? I feel like that's only sold in your hometown. I've never even heard of that.
Golden Grahams is awesome.
Name
you
another.
see that big yellow box? You know we're in for a treat.
Golden Grahams.
Frosted Flakes. It just
Better dry?
Yeah. Great little snack in there. Now you're going to be a bit thirsty afterwards, but it is pretty good.
Oh, ew, Golden Grahams? No.
Yeah, those things are awesome. A lot of flavor packed in there.
So Cinnamon Toast Crunch is like down on your list.
It is like 11th, probably. I would 18th maybe. There's so many cereals better. Trix, Cocoa Pebs, Fruity Pebs, Cookie Crisp, Reese's,
Ew.
Frosted
Okay, wait,
Flakes,
hold on,
Lucky
hold on.
Charms.
You're basically Chips Ahoy, Oreos,
You think that this
cheesecake,
cinnamon tastes...
cheesecake, tiramisu, cut in little pieces.
You think the cinnamon tastes fake in that, but you don't think Cookie Crisp tastes
I'm not saying Cookie Crisp has mastered. It's like, wow, it's identical to a chocolate chip cookie.
Convinced Cookie Crisp is like dog food they accidentally put in a different box, and they're like, people bought a lot of it, so just keep them coming.
My first all-nighter I ever pulled, I was 12 years old at Devin Jones' house. It was all due to Cookie Crisp. So I have an affinity towards it, and I feel very nostalgic to Cookie Crisp. There's just so many cereals that I think are better tasting. Cinnamon Toast Crunch, it's just the same cinnamon flavor every time.
versus
Trix?
versus
Trix, you're getting
That's a crazy
what's
argument.
This? Watermelon, little cherry, little grape, ooh, lime. That's fun. Lucky Charms, we got grains, we got marshmallows. Oh, so many different colors, flavors
Golden
to look
Grahams?
at.
Everyone loves a grain in marshmallow. In Lucky Charms.
The grains are good because they make you appreciate the marshmallows. You don't.
It's like pain in life.
It is like climbing the mountain. You don't appreciate the mountain if you were born on it. But if you start in the valley, you're like, yeah, I climbed to the top, and I know I get a marshmallow.
You butchered that metaphor. It's like, you don't appreciate the mountain if you're born on it?
Yeah.
Is that the...
I just made it up, but I still stand by it. If you were born on a mountain, you'd be like, cool. But if you were born in the valley, you climb to the mountain, you're like, yeah, I'll take that little lucky leprechaun because those marshmallows taste pretty good.
Cereal. Let me run this. Speaking of cereal, correct unpopular opinion. This might blow your mind. I don't know if any kid did this. Let me know. But what my favorite cereal as a kid, the one I went to most of the time for years on end, was Wheat Chex.
I thought it was shredded wheat.
Both are lame.
I thought it was shredded wheat.
Frosted Mini Wheats.
Yeah.
Would be my number 2. Had those a lot.
Those
But
are good.
Wheat Chex and milk. Y'all ever had Wheat Chex?
Wheat
I
Chex
have.
is like the boring, healthier version of Rice Chex.
It's the dark brown Chex, and I was ahead of my time, and they had a nice sweetness to it.
Did they? I feel like you're just eating like flaxseed.
Y'all
It's
ever
like-
had it?
Yeah.
You had Wheat Chex growing up?
A little bit, yeah. I preferred even like healthier version, like options, but
Then Wheat Chex? What's healthier than Wheat Chex?
I'm just kidding. I don't really know.
Wheat Chex nutritional facts. Were you a good? Wow.
I don't know, dude, but we had Wheat Chex. Oh, just the thought.
That's the very bottom of the pyramid.
My
The bottom of the bottom.
my weird thing was I never ate just one cereal. I mixed them.
Always?
Suicide.
Yeah.
Like a suicide bowl?
Yeah, I always wanted 2 different cereals. Like you said,
What
then it's
were
not the
some of
same
these?
thing.
Wait a second. What were some of these fusion? I think if you said that on stage at the pageant, you would have won.
I mean, she is brilliant in that swimsuit.
What was the fusions?
I usually,
What was your favorite fusion?
Probably Cheerios and maybe Cheerios and Honey Bunches of Oats.
Yeah, I mean, they
That's
always
so
seem like
that's
boring.
Yeah, can you give us something more exciting?
I was
that you
hoping
did?
like Cocoa Puffs with Frosted Flakes on top or something. Now we're talking.
Sometimes I would mix like an unhealthy sweet with a healthy
Like what?
one. Like that, like Frosted Flakes with
Yeah, she's just making it up
Cheerios.
now.
I'm not making
She's
it up.
pandering to make us happy
It's
now.
just- I ate the healthier cereals. Except, did any of you guys like French Toast Crunch?
Yes.
Yes.
That's nice.
It looked like a little piece of bread.
You talk about a lot of the same
I
thing.
forgot about that.
Yeah.
That was.
That
Red
was my
Box.
favorite for a while.
Have y'all tried any of the healthy cereals?
I've heard Magic Spoon is awful unless they want to sponsor us.
Yeah, got that, yeah. They don't listen to who they sponsor, but yeah, there's several of those, right? And I've tried them, and yeah, it's like when you drink diet soda and you have that little
It's
taste.
worse.
Because you've been in the
It's
valley,
worse than
Because
you
you've
can
been in the valley.
appreciate the good stuff.
It is.
Yeah, some people were born in the Magic Spoon factory. That's a real. I remember I took my first bite and went crunch, crunch, crunch. Oh man, and then swallow, and then it goes. Oh, that's what happens.
I mean, and in pretty typical Trey fashion too. He's like, I've heard of this. I think it's pretty good. It doesn't just buy one box. He buys 7 boxes.
I want us to be set in case I get really healthy and there's some sort
Yeah, all the
Armageddon. at the
flavors.
same
Everything's
time.
pretty good. Let's try every flavor they offer.
Yeah. Turns out all of them were bad.
Yeah, that was bummer. I was all in. It was like I love cereal, miss it, and I thought that was it. But
There's certain things I found in my no sugar days that I'm just not going to be able to replace. And cereal is just one of those. I'm just going to have to find other breakfast
that's
options.
a sad, sad reality.
Yeah. Tastes good though.
Did you eat cereal for breakfast regularly?
As a 30-year-old, yes.
Oh,
31-year-old,
wow. Wow.
yeah,
What was
cereal's
your
awesome.
go-to then at that age?
At 30, Trix, Frosted Flakes, Cocoa Pebs, Frosted Mini Wheats.
Oh, you were stocked.
Wow.
Let's go.
It was awesome.
Wait, I'm curious, family man. Is cereal something that your kids eat for breakfast?
No, they'll eat my cereal. So I will have the cereal, and then we share with both of them. They come up to me and just stare at me until I put it in their
Like
mouth.
a little baby bird.
Yeah, I don't chew it up for them, but yeah. Go with Honey Bunches of Oats. Got some grape nuts, and what's the one with raisins in it? Raisin Bran.
Raisin Bran.
Oh, look at you.
There you go.
Okay, let's wrap up. Let's do one more segment. We'll wrap it up here. Let's play this video. Family Man said he was personally victimized by this video, which I'm upset by,
That is too bad.
which isn't fair. He has lovely girl names for his girls. I'll be honest. Old vintage names. Oh, this is beautiful. Yeah, let's just not get copyrighted, right? Y'all see this. It's just a reel going through
Winston, August, Archibald, Vivian, Betty, Hattie, Goldie, Birdie, Viola, Milton, Polly,
Clara?
Derek's daughter's name,
No, that's normal. Don't group that in with Birdie. Benedict,
Zelda.
Benedict, man. Okay, so yeah, Grover.
Grover.
This is Grower and Shower.
Bess.
Fern. Lilith. Mabel.
Oh, I like Mabel.
I don't want to give it away, but our future baby's name was already on there.
You already know. You already know.
Very
Wait, you having a
victimized.
boy or a girl?
If it's a boy.
If it's a boy. Okay.
It's a boy. The name's in there.
Aurelia.
Aurelia?
Aurelia.
Arugula? What was that? Areola?
Areola.
Was it areola? See, you gotta think through all the possibilities.
The
Aurelia's
misspellings.
getting called areola.
I have seen a good bit of those. That's for sure.
Areolas? Because of the pageants. Sure.
Smartest people she knows.
Yeah. We're lucky to have a family name. That's normal for our son, but yeah, the pressure's on. We're going to have another, at least, we think.
People are going to be expecting a very normal name because of how much you made fun of the crazy
You
ones.
got to land right
And no
in the
matter
middle, man.
what you say, people are going to say like, well, that's kind of weird for a guy who makes fun of it. Or they're just going to say, I thought it'd be more normal, whatever.
I feel like the name we have is just such a classic. My name's Thomas. It's in the Bible. It's been around for a long time. Presidents are named that. Simple. Can you make fun of that?
Good to go off the president.
Because some people would even I would make fun of names like coming from a guy named Trey. I was like, isn't that a name? You've never heard of that? Is Trey weird? Do you have a weird name?
No.
Coming from you. Every other girl's named Katie.
Yeah, that's true.
Well, anyway, so let us know what you're naming your kids. I've been proud of some of the fans too. I talk at the mess with the show. I'm like, what are you naming your kids? About half and half. Some crazy, some keep it real, man.
Yeah, I've been proud of the fans. New segment. What are you proud of the fans for? Baby names. I'm proud of the fans because I've been asking a lot of couples how they met. Not very many dating apps. Not nearly as much as you'd think.
What is it now?
Just public. Just real life.
Do you think that that's true? Or
I will say about half the time when I try to dig, they're like, long story. I'm like, well, I'm trying to tell jokes about it. So can you give me something? But yeah, I think the last few I've talked to, it's all been like high school, there was college, there was work, there was a bar in Wisconsin. That was kind of a fun one. But yeah, very
A
very proud
barn or a bar?
bar. Which is probably hard to distinguish in a place like Wisconsin. What is a bar and what isn't? The whole thing is just one big bar. But
Oh, it is.
My wife and I met through mutual friends. So
Family reunion.
Russian immigration.
she has the same last name still, so it's easy.
do have to change that.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Yeah, that's so funny. Russian immigration. We met at UPS because I was getting my identification renewed, and she was applying for citizenship. All right, y'all. Thanks for listening as always. Like, review, enjoy your week. We'll be there next week. Much love. Peace.
Correct opinion.